mentioned the freshmen and some balanced scoring. How do you see, what can we expect out of these freshmen in terms of their performance on the court? How much do they can produce?
It's hard to say after just 6 practices. I think at Tony's probably got more of the feeling from everybody else that he's going to be able to help us more. You know, we're a little thin. We only have 4 big guys, period. And so there's some time there that's going to be available to someone. Probably go small a little more often this year than we did last year. But I think Tony's probably shown more ability. 7th was banged up all summer. Wasn't able to do too much. Brandon Robinson's been shooting the ball pretty well. So if I had to answer your question, I would say Tony, but I probably dodged it after that because I don't know.
Right, given the kind of protests that have gone around in pro and college, what is your approach in terms of, you know, talking to the players about expressing themselves, but also, I guess, keeping it within a team and not making it individual?
No, I think, I keep thinking I'm going to sneeze like crazy, but we did talk about it, did talk to them, brought them in like the day after Kaepernick's first stance. I don't mind telling you, try to be straightforward every time I can. And when he did it, at first it made me very angry. The guy's making $19 million, what do you have to say against our country? And then he explained himself more. I listened better. He wasn't saying this was a bad country. He said we got not just one particular problem, but one particular problem he was taking a stance on, and I think he's correct. So I told that to the team, and told them, you know, come on, tell me what you're thinking, feeling, got any questions about it. And then after what happened to Charlotte, I had 2 guys come up to me and ask me my opinion on that. I think we have a very significant problem throughout our entire country, and a lot of different things what I'm watching on people debating on TV for sure. But then I told them, I said, tell me, I said, the only thing I want you to do is I'll be with you. I may disagree, but I'll be with you, but don't surprise me. I was very pleased at the first game after that. All of my guys stood together in the end zone and did it together. But I would, if somebody came in and said, Coach, I want to do this, I would try to understand what he's saying and give him my point of view, and then hopefully a decision would be made. But we do have a marvelous, marvelous place to live. We have some problems that are very, very much right out in front of us. And so I've softened my stance a great deal on Kaepernick, especially after he talked to the Navy SEAL and what the Navy SEAL said about him and that kind of thing. So I'm about as patriotic as anybody can possibly be, but it's a very important issue right now.
Time for one more.
Roy, this is kind of looking ahead, but the ACC decided this summer to move to 20 conference games in 2019, 2020. Just curious your opinion on that and how that would potentially change your non-conference schedule.
We'll get one more after this, because I don't want to end on this one.
I got some people in the back telling me to come. You know, it's we've got a wonderful group of basketball coaches in this league. It's well respected around the country. And you heard about it at the same time I did. I did not appreciate that. And but you know, it's on the schedule. We'll play whoever's on the schedule. I did not appreciate it. Never will appreciate the way it was done.
John, last one.
Quickly, John, get us to something else.
I hope this is okay. In terms of adding Rush to the roster, do you mind talking about not keeping it personal based on what happened in Kansas?
Yeah, he's a great kid. You know, I mean, my son and daughter are probably a heck of a lot nicer than I am, so I hope nobody holds it against them, but they got a dumb dad. And that's related to my case, not Shay's. You know, I did recruit his father a great deal, got mad at his father, rescinded the scholarship offer. Youngster comes to camp one day and said, hello, Coach, I'm Shay Rush. And I said, Shay Rush, Kansas City? And he said, yeah. And he came to our camp 4 or 5 straight years, and just a wonderful kid. His mom, his grandmother, grandfather had been on the faculty at KU when I was there. And grandmom wrote me a nice letter, and I like grandmoms. And said how much that it was his dream, and he happened to play for one of my former players, Billy Thomas, played for me at KU, and was his high school coach, and Billy called me and told me about him, and he's really a wonderful youngster. And if you look back, I mean, this is not the first time that I've done this. I mean, preferred walk-ons, we had, Luke May came thinking he wasn't gonna be on scholarship, and then I put him on scholarship before he got here. And Justin Jackson, the same thing. Jackson Sims, excuse me. And even all the way back to C.B. McGrath. C.B. McGrath chose to come to Kansas and passed up a couple of small school scholarships to come to KU as a walk-on. And he's so weird, I ended up giving him a scholarship for all 4 years. So Shay, and there's a lot of difference between Shay and C.B. So Shay's really good. All right, guys. Did I escape all right?
Absolutely.